Well, I'll
Oh,
just start with a quick intro to respect everyone's time since it's 9:01 PST or 12:01 EST or any other time zone, depending where you're all from. Thank you all for joining us. It's really, really exciting to have this inaugural virtual vinyasa with the wonderful Mikaela, who's been from my perspective, a strong supporter of the Half Moon for quite some time. So it's an honor to have you here today leading us in our practice. And this is really exciting for us because we host a lot of movement and mindfulness practices for our internal team at Be Half Moon. And we've been doing that for many, many years. Virtually as well as in-house in person. And this is the first time we've melded our internal community event with an external invite to our external community. And wow, look at like what a turnout. This is so exciting. So thank you all for joining our inaugural joint internal external community event. And that's it from me. We're so happy to have you here and enjoy this flow with Mikaela. Thanks, everyone.
thank you. Welcome in, everybody. I know we still have people joining. Shar, I just want to triple check. Were you able to see people popping in? Okay,
Yep, I'm letting people in as they're coming.
Okay, I'm going to leave that to you. And yeah, hi, everybody. My name's Mikaela. If I haven't met you before, and I mean, I could skim through, but maybe we've met before in studio. I used to live in Vancouver and I live in Tofino now, which is very, very lovely. It's a big change, big shift of energy, but it's been everything that I needed. So I'm happy that I'm still able to connect with you all, even if it's virtually. It's really lovely. And yeah, we have a Vinyasa style class to move through together today. And it's not going to be fiery like a power flow. It is going to be very fluid and honoring your team intention this month, which is pause. So we will be finding moments of pause, moments to maybe linger in some shapes or postures for a little bit longer than what you're used to really breathe and to feel it out and to really invite in that sense of presence. Because when, I don't know about you, when I think of pause, I think presence, like immediate presence and observation. And so that's what we're going to feel out today. I've got some music that'll play in the background. I just want to ask, if you are not already on mute, if you could put yourself on mute so we don't have any background noises or distractions, that would be great. And you don't need any props today, but if you are at home and you have like a blanket or some pillows close by for final shavasana, and if that's what you'd like to have, just have them close by. And yeah, we're gonna get rolling, my friends. I'm gonna restart the playlist. I'm gonna turn the music up a little bit. Sounds good with the music. Can I get a thumbs up, Shar? Whoa, thumbs up on my screen. There we go. Okay, friends, if you want to start lying down on your back, I will meet you there. And we're just going to get nice and comfortable, nice and cozy. Alrighty. So just take your time to arrive on your mat, and you can just be in any position. So if you want the legs extended long, or if you want to plant your feet on the mat, or even create a diamond shape with the legs, just noticing where your body wants to land and not thinking too much about it. Allowing yourself to soften in here. I'm going to invite you, if it feels okay, to rest your hands on your rib cage or your belly, to notice and feel the movement of your breath today. Maybe even feeling your heartbeat and all of that energy moving throughout you. Take a really deep inhale through your nose. Breathe and feel your belly and your ribs rise towards your hands. And big exhale, sigh it out. Good. We're going to stay for 2 more intentional breaths. Inhale. And exhale. One more, you've got it. Breathe in deeply, all the way up to the top, and maybe hold your breath in at the top. Feel that expansion, feel that openness in your body, and big breath out. Good. A reminder, friends, that as we move through this class, if there's a shape or a posture that is just not feeling so good today, you can definitely switch things up. You can do whatever you want to do, as long as you're honoring yourself. That's what this practice is all about. Okay, when you feel ready, you can stretch your legs out long, reach your arms up overhead, big full body stretch. Breathe in and soften as you exhale. Start to gather your knees in towards your chest and just holding onto your kneecaps or your shins. Give your body a little bit of movement here, a gentle rock side to side. Or maybe drawing some circles around with your knees, feeling a lovely massage into your low back. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Now let your body land at center. Hold on to your knees and take your knees out wide so you've got a nice stretch in the inner thighs, inner edges of the hips. Now, option to stay right here, or maybe reach your arms inside of your legs and grab a hold of the outer edges of your feet, drawing the knees down and outside of your torso. Good, both options are lovely. And feel that length in the spine. Your low back gets a little bit heavier. Take one breath, inhale. Exhale. Good, now however you have that right leg, just keep it as it is. And then bring your left foot down to the mat. Okay, so it's like a half happy baby. Even if you have that variation of right hand on the right knee, totally okay. Your left foot can stay grounded on the mat, or you can extend your left leg out long. Just make sure both glutes stay grounded down here. Left hand might come to your belly or your left hip, and take 2 big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Good, generous breaths here. One more, breathe in and breathe out. Yeah, and if your left leg is not extended long, go ahead and extend it long on the mat, and then grab a hold of your right knee with your left hand. Right arm opens to the right side and guide your right leg to the left. So you're landing in a spinal twist. Your gaze can be center or looking over your right shoulder. Good, and try not to force your right shoulder down into the mat. So let's just be a little bit gentle with ourselves today and letting our bodies land where they want to be. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. And bring everything back through to center. Another full body stretch. Legs out long, arms reach up overhead. Big inhale. As you exhale, bring both knees back in towards your chest. And then lift your forehead right up towards your knees, rounding your spine, opening up your back body. Good. Drop head and shoulders down onto the mat. Keep your hands on your knees and take the knees out wide. Once again, we're in that reclined hip stretch. Option to stay right here, or maybe reaching arms inside of the legs and holding the outer edges of your feet. Your ankles might stack over the knees. And notice how this feels your second time in this posture, but no judgment, no self-criticism. Just seeing how the sensation has shifted, feeling it for your second round. Take a big inhale, expand your belly. And a big exhale. Good. Now keep your left leg where it is and bring your right foot down to the mat. You can stay right here, or maybe extend your right leg out long. Lovely, you got it. A half reclined hip stretch or a half happy baby. Feeling into 2 different sensations, front of the right hip, outer edge and glute of that left side. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now you're going to hold on to your left knee with your right hand Open left arm to the left side and guide your left leg over to the right, landing in your spinal twist. Notice how this feels today. And if there's any sort of stuck energy or any part of your body that feels a little bit heavy or even sticky, you know what I mean? That's where you're gonna send your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Yes, so good. Now bring everything back to center. Both knees in towards your chest. Hold on behind your knees and start to rock forward and back along your spine. A slight tuck of your chin into your chest, just to protect the back of your neck. And we're gonna come on up to a crisscross-legged seat. It doesn't matter which shin is forward, you choose. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, twist to the right side. So left hand can rest on top or outside of the right knee, right hand behind you. And try to invite some length in your spine. Take another breath. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up, come back to center. Exhale, hinge forward. Reach the arms forward, let your head drop. And if your spine wants to round, no problem at all. Let this be passive. Good. Notice where your body wants to go here, right? My body naturally wants to kind of shift and sway side to side. If that feels good, you can explore that, or maybe just being still is where you want to be. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now come all the way back up. Reach the arms up overhead, tall spine. Breathe in. Exhale, twist to the left. Right hand can rest on top or outside of your left knee. Left fingertips back in behind you. Feel rooted in your sits bones and feel that length all the way up your spine, the top of your head. One more breath. You got it. Now bring everything back to center. Arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale, hinge forward once again. Good. Feeling into the low back, outer edges of the hips. Now, if you weren't swaying before, I'm going to invite you to do so, but it kind of feels nice if you take your hands out a little bit wider and tent your fingers. Bend your elbows, little shift of your torso side to side. Where can you feel this in your body? Even though you're moving, can you bring that mental intention of feeling a pause here, right? Just noticing, being present with this movement and not worrying about or not thinking about what's coming next, choosing to be here. One more breath. Good, let your body land at center. Inhale to peel all the way back up. Take a shoulder roll up towards your ears and back down your spine. And then come to a tabletop position, however you want to get there. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Spread your fingers wide. Take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chin. And exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin into chest, puffing up the middle of your back. Good, 2 more right here. Inhale, belly lowers, expanding the front body. And exhale to round, feeling space in the back body. Good, 1 more breathe. And breathe out. Come back to a neutral tabletop and just wiggle your knees out a tiny bit wider than your hips. Right hand is going to come at center. Inhale, peel your left arm up and open, twist to the left side, really reach it up. Exhale, thread your right or left arm behind your right, and your left shoulder and left ear come down to the mat, keeping your head stacked over your knees. Your right hand can be on the ground close to your face, or you can also reach your right arm forward so your bicep lines up with your ear. Good. Sending your breath into that left shoulder, the back side of your heart. Inhale. And exhale. Bring your right hand back beside your face if it's not there already. Push it to the floor. Lift and twist back open to the left side. Left arm reaches up. Good. And then bring your left hand down, right at center. Inhale, peel the right arm up and open. Twist to the right side. Reach it. Exhale, thread your right arm behind the left. Right shoulder, right ear, come down to the mat. And feel free to make some wiggles, some adjustments, so that this shape and this posture feels aligned with your body today. Maybe that left arm reaches forward, feeling a long line from left fingertips all the way down to that left hip. One more breath. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. Good. Left hand comes back beside the face if it's not there already. Push into the floor. Lift and twist back open to the right side. Right arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale. Right hand comes down, and you can wiggle your knees back in line with the hips, landing in your neutral tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips up. Reach them all the way back, finding your first downward facing dog. Tailbones reaching nice and high. Maybe give yourself a little pedal of your heels, a little shake of your head, wiggle out your jaw. Think about spreading your fingers wide and rooting down into the pointer fingers and the thumbs. Good. One more breath. And gaze forward. Start to walk towards the top of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Let your upper body hang heavy. Let it drape over top of your legs. And then heel toe your feet out as wide as the mat, but stay in your forward fold. Reach for opposite elbows and start to sway your upper body side to side. You can take one bend into the knee and then the other, almost like you're drawing figure eights with your elbows. Good. Really let your head go. Big breaths. Inhale and exhale. Let your body land at center and then heel toe your feet just off the mat. So you've got a little bit of a wider stance. Walk your hands over to the right foot. Maybe the fingertips land just outside of the right foot. Maybe they come a little higher and you lift your chest. What feels best in your body? Breathe into that left side. A nice big stretch should feel good this morning. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Let your upper body flow through center and over to the left leg. Maybe fingertips land on the outside of that left foot, or maybe you lift the chest a little bit and hands come to the outer edge of that left shin. Yeah, you got it. One breath. And let yourself flow through back to center. Press into your fingertips, lift up halfway, heel toe your feet back in line with your hips, little micro bend of your knees, and rise all the way up, stand up, reach up, get really tall. Exhale, hinge from the hips, melt it down, forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you inhale, bring your hands to your shins, find length in your spine, top of the head all the way down to your tailbone. Exhale, forward fold, release. Good. Now can you step your left leg all the way back and bring your left knee down onto the mat. Untuck your toes, rise up to a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Arms reach up overhead, right knee is stacking over the right ankle. Good. Take another inhale. As you exhale, prayer hands come through in front of your chest. Breathe in once again. Exhale, twist to the right side, and then guide your left elbow down on top or outside of that right thigh. Press between the palms, right shoulder away from the ear. Good. Maybe you close your eyes. Pressing into all four corners of that right foot. Embrace any little wobbles. I know it happens when we close our eyes, but that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting. One more breath. Good, so good. Bring it back through to center. Arms reach up, inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame your front foot. Now shift your hips back so that they stop directly over top of the left knee. And then maybe wiggle that right heel forward a little bit more. For your half split Ardha Hanumanasana, your right toes can reach up towards the ceiling. Good. Now think about drawing that right hip back in line with the left. Big inhale and exhale. We're gonna hang out here for a little bit longer, even if it's a little uncomfortable. You can always put a tiny bend of that right knee. Okay, option to stay or option to feel a bit of a flow, a wave-like motion with your spine. You'll breathe in first. And as you exhale, a little bend of the elbows, letting the chest get heavier towards the right thigh. Inhale to straighten through the arms, lift the chest. And it doesn't have to be huge, right? Exhale, a little bend, a little lower. You might be just moving through 1 or 2 inches range of motion. And that is absolutely perfect. Take one more here. Hello, hamstring. Feeling this today. Woo. Okay, lift the chest back up. Drag your right heel in a little bit. Ground your right foot down. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee up. And then keep your left fingertips grounded. Inhale, peel the right arm up and open. Big twist, big reach to the right side. So good. Take another inhale. And exhale. Now stay right here and reach that right arm forward. Sweep it all the way down. Don't rush it. All the way back and up again. Breathe in. Exhale. Right hand comes down to frame the front foot. Good. Give yourself a tiny bend of the back knee so you can rock back. Step it forward and forward fold. Let the upper body hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to shins, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold and release it down. Little micro bend of your knees as you rise on up, reach up, gaze up, and exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold, let it go. Another halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, plant the hands and step your right leg all the way back. Right knee comes down to the mat, untuck the toes, rise on up, finding that low lunge Anjaneyasana once again. And let there be some active energy here. So not just sinking down into the hips, but instead push into your right knee, press into all 4 corners of that left foot. Good, big inhale. Exhale, prayer hands come through in front of your chest. Another breath in. Exhale, twist to the left side. And then little hinge forward so that your right elbow can connect on top or outside of your left thigh. Feel that active energy between the palms of the hands. But allow your belly to be soft. Allow your breath to be full. Breathe in. And breathe out. You got it. Find your way back to center. Reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Send your hips back. They're gonna stop right over top of your right knee. And then just a little wiggle of that left heel forward. Flex your left foot so it becomes an active stretch, but your left knee can always have a tiny bend into it. It does not have to be pinned straight. Okay, what feels best for you? Stay for a breath. And then option to hang out here in stillness. Just holding, just breathing, or maybe that flow of the spine. You inhale first. Exhale, little bend of the knees, chest gets heavy towards the left thigh. Inhale to straighten the arms, lift the chest a tiny bit. Exhale to bend to lower. Good, one more, breathe in. Carrying the movement with your breath. And lift the chest a little bit. Drag your heel in and ground your left foot down. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up. Right fingertips stay grounded. Inhale, peel the left arm up and open, twisting to the left side. Beautiful, drawing that left hip back maybe 1 more inch. Inhale. And exhale. Now draw that big circle, go slower than you're used to. Reach the left arm forward, stretching through the shoulder blade or the muscles around it, and reach it back all the way up. Good, and left hand comes down to frame the front foot. Take that little bend of your back knee so you can rock back, step it forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Little bend of your knees as you rise on up. Stand up, reach up, and hang out right here. Now grab a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Bring your left leg behind the right, so a crisscross of the legs. Inhale to reach. Exhale, little tilt over to the right side. If there's one shape and one stretch that I love the most, it's this one. You can feel that big openness, right? From that left wrist all the way down to the shoulder, through your rib cage to your hip, all the way down the outer edge of that left leg. One more breath. Good, now bring everything back to center and release the arms, bend your knees, sit down into a chair pose just for a moment, Utkatasana. Arms can always be right out in front with the palms flipped open as well, if that feels a bit nicer for your shoulders. Breathe in and breathe out. Deep hinge of the hips, maybe sink down one more inch. Good, rise up, reach up, grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand and right leg crosses behind the left. Inhale first to find length. Exhale, tilt over to the left side. Little micro bend of your elbows. Stay for an extra breath. And bring it back through to center. Feet in line with the hips. Bend your knees, sink it down. Utkatasana chair pose once again. Low belly draws in towards the spine. You're gonna take a big inhale, if you want to. And as you exhale, sweep your arms back and draw your chest towards your thighs. So it's a pretty deep expression. Inhale to reach forward, lift the chest, lift out of your chair pose a tiny bit. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep the arms back, chest towards your thighs. Good, slow and intentional. Inhale to reach, to lift up a little bit. Exhale, sweep it back. Good, now stand all the way up. Reach up, gaze up, breathe in. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Step it back to your plank of choice. So you might feel like being on the toes today, or maybe dropping down to the knees. A long line from the top of your head all the way down to your tailbone or to your heels. Think about wrapping your rib cage inward. Hold for a breath. Good, now bend your elbows, lower all the way down to your belly, all the way down. Bring your feet out as wide as the mat, and then tense your fingertips outside of the mat. Your elbows are stacking over top of your wrists like you've got chicken wings here. Inhale, push into the fingertips, lift your chest any amount. Exhale, drop your right shoulder, look to the left. Good, inhale, lift through center. Exhale, drop your left shoulder, look to the right. Let's do it again, just flowing with yourself, with your breath, with the music. And left shoulder drops. Bring it back to center and lower all the way down. Bring your hands beside your chest, tuck your toes, and then come back to a tabletop. Lift your hips up, reach them back. And so your feet should still be as wide as the mat. So just a different stance in your downward facing dog. You got it. Now put a bend into that right knee and feel into that left leg. Yeah, just a little bend. Good, straighten out that right leg. Feel your hips move back to center. Bend your left knee. Your left heel might lift up, no problem. Inhale. And exhale, straighten the left leg. Hips come back to center. Bring your feet right in line with the hips. Hang out in your downward facing dog for another breath. Good, and on your next inhale, reach the right leg up towards the sky. Squeeze as you lift. Drive up with your heel and your toes are pointing down. Slow shift forward. Right knee comes through towards your chest. And then try and get your foot up in between your hands. You can always help it out. Look at your back foot and ground your left heel down so your left toes turn out to 45 degrees. Reach the arms forward and rise on up. Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So if you feel like your hips are opening out to the left side, you can always heel toe your right foot a little more to the right to create space for the hips so that the hips and the chest are facing forward. Good, inhale here. Exhale, sweep the arms back in behind you. Either interlace the fingers at your low back, or you can always reach for opposite elbows or fingertips press into opposite forearms. Good, strong in your legs. Openness in the chest and the front body. Close your eyes, 2 deep breaths. One more, breathe in. As you exhale, start to hinge forward and your chest can hover just on top of that right thigh. Try to draw your right hip back in line with the left. Keep the chest open, shoulder blades are moving towards one another. Inhale and exhale. Good, now release your hands down to frame your front foot. You can lift your back heel up and then try to stand into the right leg, lift the left leg up for a standing split or a standing L shape, and it's only for a moment. Left hip is down in line with the right. Inhale. Exhale, left foot comes down to meet the right, forward fold, and release. Hang out here, my friends, take a pause. Notice what you feel. Inhale, halfway lift, finding that length every time. Exhale, fold, release. Inhale to stand up, take the arms wide this time, reach it up, gaze up. Exhale, arms out wide, forward fold, taking up some space. Another halfway lift as you breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands and step it back to your plank of choice. So again, toes tucked or bringing it down onto the knees. Think about your shoulder blades moving down your back body. Lower halfway or all the way down, elbows graze your side body, chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest. Baby cobra or upward facing dog, pressing into the tops of the feet. Exhale, tuck the toes, hips lift up, and reach them back, downward facing dog. Good, we're gonna hang out here for 3 intentional breaths together, and we're gonna feel out a lion's breath. Okay, maybe you're at home, maybe your partner's with you, maybe your roommate, who cares? You're gonna inhale through the nose, and when you exhale, you stick your tongue way out of your mouth. It's a big, big release. You're ready, breathe in. Big exhale. Yeah, feels good. Take 2 more, breathe in. Exhale. Good, really reaching your tongue out of the mouth, okay? Who cares about what it looks like? 1 more inhale. And big release. Yeah, now lift your left leg up towards the sky. Squeeze to lift. Active energy from that left heel all the way down to your fingertips. Slow shift forward, left knee comes through towards your chest, and then try and get your foot up in between your hands. You can always wiggle it up. Look at your right foot and ground your right heel down so your toes are turned out just to 45 degrees. Okay, reach the arms forward, rise on up. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Ground it into both feet. Strong stance and lengthening up through the spine. Inhale first. Exhale, sweep the arms back in behind you. Either reach for opposite elbows or interlace the fingers, but I want you to take the reverse grip, so the one that feels a little bit different. Maybe close the eyes. 2 breaths. Noticing what you feel. Lots of sensation moving through. Take another inhale. Exhale and start to hinge forward, bringing your chest close towards that left thigh, but still grounding heavy and strong into that back leg. Think about drawing your low belly in towards your spine and stay for another breath. Good, now release your hands down to frame your front foot. You can lift the back heel up And then try to get strong into the left leg, stand up into the left leg, right leg lifts up for that standing L shape in your body. Do whatever you want to do. Where does your body want to go? Do you want a lift of your chest, or do you want to drop your chest towards your left thigh? Right hip is down in line with the left. One more breath. And right foot comes down to meet the left. Stay in your forward fold. Give your head a little bit of a shake. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Good. Now heel toe your feet out as wide as the mat. Keep your heels on the mat and spin your toes out to 45 degrees. Start to bend your knees, coming on down into Malasana Yogi Squat. Your elbows can land inside of the thighs, palms of the hands face one another. Another option, friends, is to be up a little bit higher. Sometimes this feels really nice, just letting your elbows land on the thighs and sending your booty back in behind you. Both options are creating space in the inner lines, inner edges of your hips. Feel free to hang out in stillness or give yourself a little shift side to side, a bit of an internal massage. Good. Using this practice as a means of just taking care of yourself, right? Listening to your body and the messages it sends you. Always feeling free to switch things up and to create what you want for yourself. Make this your own. One more breath. Good, now bring your hands down to the mat, lift the hips back up, and heel toe the feet back in line with the hips. Good, let your head hang heavy. We're gonna do a really slow peel up. Head is hanging heavy, rolling up slow for 10, for 9, 8, slower than you're used to, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll the shoulders up towards the ears, back down the spine. Palms of the hands flip open. Tadasana, mountain pose. Eyes might be closed. Good. Can you feel that energy from the fingertips all the way up through the arms, the top of the head, and then down the center line of your body, rooted into your feet. Big inhale, arms out wide, reach the arms up, gaze goes up. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, breathe in. Exhale, plant your hands and step it back, finding your last length of choice on the toes or on the knees. Hold. Inhale. Exhale, bend your elbows. They graze your side body. Come all the way down to your belly, all the way down. Good, now reach your right arm over to the right side. Palm of the hand is down and your wrist is in line with your shoulder like a half T shape. Bend your left knee and then peel over onto that right hip so that your left hip stacks somewhat over top of the right. You can let your left forearm drop down, or that left hand can also come to your low back. So some different expressions, different variations. Where do you want to be? We're going to hang out here for 3 intentional breaths. No rush. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Very gently find your way back through to center. Good, and then reach your left arm over to the left side. Palm of the hand is down, wrist in line with the shoulder, right hand beside your chest. Bend your right knee and peel over onto that left hip. Let your head rest down. And maybe that right forearm lands, or maybe the right hand comes to your low back. Where else can you soften? Give your body a bit of a scan, even if it's just 2% more. Two more breaths. And last one, breathing in. Stay as you exhale. And find your way back to center, pretty please. You got it. Bring both hands beside your chest. Gently press up to a tabletop and bring your legs together. Hips go back to the heels. Reach your arms back alongside your body. Forehead melts down for a closed leg child's pose. Maybe a bend of the elbows so the tops of your forearms can ground. Good. We're going to stay for 5 full breaths. I really want you to notice how the back body naturally lifts and opens with your inhale, and how everything grounds and melts down as you exhale. Good. 4 more, just like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Try to smooth and lengthen out your breath. 3 more here. The last 2. And last big breath. You got it. Now very gently come all the way up to sit back on your heels. Reach your arms up, gaze goes up. Inhale, cactus shape the arms, open up across the chest. And as you exhale, try to bring your forearms towards one another, round your spine, tuck your chin into chest. Good. Inhale, open the arms to a cactus shape, lift through the chest, through the collarbones. Maybe your gaze goes up. Exhale to round your spine, bringing forearms close together, tucking chin into chest. Move with the flow of your breath. So at your own pace here. Maybe taking 1 or 2 more, whatever feels good today. Good, and then reach the arms up, big inhale, and exhale. Hands are gonna land right on your thighs, or maybe your belly, or maybe across the heart. 1 intentional breath. And out. Fantastic. Now can you come to sit on your right hip and bring your right knee forward and bend your left knee as well. So it's like a 90-90. Okay, that right glute is probably going to be grounded. Your left glute might be lifted, totally okay. Maybe 1 hand on the knee, 1 hand on your foot. Inhale to lift up, tall spine. Exhale, hinge it forward, however far you want to go down. So this is a lovely variation instead of a pigeon. It feels really nice to have the support of the floor underneath of your right hip and right glute so that your body can actually sink into something. Let your head go. Notice if there's any other response in your body. You know, sometimes when we get into these deeper stretches, other areas of the body try and compensate and try to tighten and tense up. It's just your body's way of trying to protect. Can you bring in that sense of trust within yourself? Knowing that your body isn't willingly going to drop into a space that is unsafe. Stay for 2 more breaths. And use your next inhale to come up really, really slow. Yeah, and then just a lean over to the right side, switching over to the left. Left knee is bent, right knee is bent, kind of like that 90-90. Bring 1 hand to the knee, 1 hand to the foot. Inhale, lift up, tall spine. Exhale, hinge forward. And maybe it's just here with your hands in front. Maybe it's all the way down onto your forearms.
letting your head drop. Notice if that right leg started to get a little bit tight. Feeling into that left glute. Big breath in. And a big breath out. One more. Good, and come all the way back up. Taking a comfortable seat, maybe crisscross legs, maybe seated back on your heels, or maybe coming to lie down on your back if that's where you want to land in your practice for just a final few short moments. All options are lovely. Your eyes might start to close, or maybe just pick one thing to look at and trying your best to eliminate any distraction. Taking this intentional pause to rest, to soak up your practice. And to smile, to be proud of you and your body for everything that you're capable of exploring. Notice if your body can drop in just a bit more. Shoulders get heavy. The belly soft. Another big inhale. Fill up your belly, fill up your rib cage. And a big exhale. Good. And if you are lying on your back and you want to stay a little bit longer, you always can. Otherwise, you might just gently make your way up. If you're seated, maybe another big stretch, arms up, inhale, and exhale. Thanks for being here, everybody. So lovely sharing practice with you today. Scooch on over. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know.
Thank you, Mikaela.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. That was so nice.
You're welcome. So nice to move with you all.
Yeah, that was so
Participated
beautiful.
in-
Thank you.
I'll actually, if you're interested, I'll share the playlist link in the chat if anyone wants it. Oops, I sent that to Susan directly. Let me send this to everybody.
Yeah, that was such a nice way just to relax this morning, get into the day.
Good. There's the playlist. Really like a lot of my favorite songs are on there, so if you want it, you can grab it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Alexandra.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Have a lovely day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
See
you.
Okay, see you
Your
again.
space is amazing.
Oh, thanks.
So peaceful to look at. So yeah, thank you. That
Oh,
was such
perfect.
a beautiful practice.
Great. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, Eddie. Thanks, Jenny. Heather, Fiona. Awesome. I'm gonna stop the record.
Perfect.